The title of the live stream, I've titled it that business is a risk. If you cannot take a risk, that means you cannot be in business. I will not take your time this night. Honestly, I don't feel like coming up on this live stream, but I needed to come up so that I could meet the demand that some people have put up to me. So, business is risky, but so is staying small. I've seen many people have come to me and said that, oh, that business is too risky, that thing is too risky, this is too risky, and that is why they are not taking action. So this night, I want us to discuss this issue of the risk involved in any business. What are the risks in any business and what can be done? Yesterday, I interviewed Mrs. Sefiat Bello Said, and then she mentioned this same issue of the risk involved in business. And if you're not careful, this risk in the business can make you not to go into any business. And then she also said she did not want to go into business because why she didn't want to go into business initially was that she was afraid until some things happened, and then that made her fear to go away. So, what are you waiting for to happen before your own fear of going into business goes away? And then you can now jump into business. And that is what we want to look at in this video tonight. Business is risky. Nothing ventured, as they say, and nothing gained. If you don't venture into anything, you will not gain anything. If you don't take a risk, if you are the way you are and you don't take a risk to step out, you are going to remain that way for a long time. That is why you have to step out. You have to take that, you have to make that move, and you have to try to do what you don't know want to do at the moment. You have to try to take that step to do that thing. And then if you succeed, you break through. If it fails, you still remain. But you know that if you didn't take action also, you remain where you are. If you go into the business and you fail, you have learned something, and then that can even make you to have the courage to continue. So that is what I want to talk about in this live stream tonight. So if you have any question or any comment for me, you can drop it in the chat section, and I'll be there to respond and to see how everything can be settled and how I can respond to everything. So as I said, nothing ventured and nothing gained. That is the truth about business risk. Why every successful business started with a risk. You see, every successful business started with a risk. Every successful business carries risk. Tonight, I'm sharing honest thoughts on fear, failure, and why taking calculated risk is often the only way forward. So when you don't take calculated risk, you remain where you are. But when you take this risk, that can be your way forward. That can be the best step you can ever take. There's no pressure in this, and this is not a pressure video to pressurize you, and this is not just about hyping you. It is about telling the truth in this matter. So if you are watching right now, I want you to share this video with your family and friends, and I want you to I want to stay to the end so that you can be able to get all that you can benefit from. So my job here today is to relax myself and to let you enjoy the fact that you need to take risk if you are serious about improving your life. If you just want to be careful and want to just see only things that look like if it will succeed, sometimes it may not look like success, but you have to take the risk, and then you are going to make it. If you are watching live or on a replay, thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight, I want to talk honestly about business risk and why nothing meaningful happens without taking a chance. You see, I'm sitting on a chair right now, and maybe you too are sitting on a chair or standing. That your standing posture means that you believe that the ground is not going to open and swallow you up. That's why you stood on that ground. That your sitting posture, you believe that the chair you are sitting upon is not going to break under you. And that is why you sat on that chair, because of the belief that you have that that chair is going to protect you. So that means already you have taken a risk. Your father took a risk in marrying your mother. Your mother took a risk in marrying your father because they were not certain of the promises they made to themselves. We've heard of so many people that promise themselves many things in love, in this, in that, but they do not fulfill the promise. So for your father or your mother to come together is a risk. For you to get married to your wife is a risk. For your wife to get married to you is a risk. For you to impregnate your wife is a risk because you are not sure of where the money will come from to take care of the baby. And then maybe you yourself and your wife, you are still struggling. You have no house of your own, you have no car of your own, you have no this of your own, but you are surviving, you are living, you can afford to pay some house, some money for rent. In the midst of all this, you still went to carry another load, which is a baby. And then some people don't even have one, they have two, they have three, they have four. Why? Because they are taking the risk. And most times this risk pays off for them. So I want you to pause, breathe, smile. You don't need to rush yourself in anything that you do. Now, the first thing we want to look about is the truth about risk. What is the truth about risk? Number one truth about risk is that risk is something that must be taken if actually we want to move ahead, if we want to move forward. Now, I want to tell you number one thing why business feels scary. Number one thing reason why business feels scary is because of the fear of losing money. Many people they fear losing money. So they are afraid of going into business because they are afraid that they can lose their money. Another reason why people don't go into business is fear of being judged. They are afraid of being judged. They don't want people to judge them and people to say, oh, you did this and then you did this. They don't want people to say that. So this fear of being judged is another problem that people have why they do not take any risk. So the fear of being judged make people not to take risk at all. Yeah, I want to thank Tassan Snake. Yeah, Tassan Snake said hi. Hi, Tassan Snake. Thank you for joining my live stream tonight. So if you have any any question or comment for me, you can drop it in the chat box. And Tassan Snake, where are you joining from? Let me know which country or which part of Nigeria you are joining from. So people don't take risk in business because of fear of failing publicity. They don't want people to say, oh, he went out and he tried and he failed. Ho ho, they'll start laughing, he failed. But those people who say you tried and you failed, they are not taking any step at all. You that you have taken a step, you are better than thousands and millions of people that have not taken any step. And that is why you should take the risk. The truth is that every successful business you admire today, how did they start? They once stood at a point of uncertainty. Many businesses that you can talk about, they stood at the point of uncertainty and then they were uncertain. They didn't know what tomorrow is going to bring to them, but they took the risk and the risk eventually paid off for them. The key line that we see here is that risk doesn't mean recklessness. So when I say take a risk, I didn't say it should be reckless. It means stepping forward without full certainty. In taking a risk, you are certain, but you are not fully certain. And truly, nobody is fully certain. Nothing in this world is fully 100% certain. But you are 50 to 60% certain. Then you move ahead and you step out because of that level of certainty. That is the risk you are talking about. But when you have zero certainty and then you are taking a risk, that is not a risk. That is something else. That is gambling. When you are not certain at all. But when you are certain, but the certainty is not full certainty, that is a risk I'm talking about. Now, why playing safe is also a risk. If you are playing safe, you're also taking a risk. I've heard a story about somebody, maybe it was a joke or a reality. Somebody told him that a car was going to kill him. A car was going to hurt him, not buy him. And then what he did was that he said, okay, if a car is going to hit him, the car will hit him only if he went out. So what he did was he stayed indoor. He didn't go out. Do you know what? According to report, the car left the road and went and crossed and went to where he is inside of his house to meet him there. And that shows you that what is going to be is going to be. What goes up must come down. There's nothing we can do about it. So this is it. Staying comfortable can cost us a lot of things. Staying comfortable can cost us a lot of things. It can cost us time. The step you should also have taken and learned from, because you are staying comfortable, you don't want to take the risk. It can cost you your time. It can also cost you opportunities, because when you take that risk and you step out, you're going to be able to see some opportunities that are out there, and you are going to benefit from all those opportunities. But if you don't step out, you will not see those opportunities, and then you will not benefit from those opportunities. So, number one, not taking a risk is going to cost you your time. You're going to be wasting time when you don't take a risk. Not taking a risk will cost you opportunities. Not taking a risk will cost you growth. You will not be able to grow. You will just be at a standstill. You will not be able to grow. So, not starting a business is also a gamble, as some people say. Why is it a gamble? Because the money, the capital you have, inflation will come and eat up the capital. Then, apart from that, there's job insecurity. So, when you are supposed to go and start your own business, you are still there working for somebody. When you know you should have started your own business, what you're going to get at the end of the day is that you see that there's job insecurity, and that can also affect you. Yeah, I can see another shout out from it's Neve. It's Neve. Good evening, it's Neve, and thank you for the shout out. I appreciate you for stopping by. Please, I want you to stay to the end of the live stream so that you can get food value. And please share the link of the live stream with your family and friends. Let them also join, and then like the video. Click the like button just below the video now. So, not taking starting a business is also a gamble. So, it can lead to inflation, it can lead to job insecurity, and it can lead to missed potential. When you don't start a business, when you have everything it takes to start, the only thing is that you're afraid. Now, in business, the biggest risk is often not taking one at all. So, not taking a risk is a risk on its own. It's like not going into business. Not going into business, not taking a risk to go into business is a risk on its own, because you have taken a position. Whether you go into it or you don't go into it, both are positions you have taken, and both can are also risks. Now, what smart risk actually looks like? What does smart risk look like? That is what I want to show you now. This smart risk shows that you have to learn before you jump. There's a saying that says, look before you leap. That means before you jump, you look at where you want to jump into, so that you don't jump and then jump into something that is harmful. So you peep and see where you want to put your leg into before you put your leg into it. That is what smart risk is all about. Then, if you don't have any way to look before you leap, what you should do is that instead of taking your whole capital and throwing into that business, take just a fraction, a very small amount of capital, maybe 5%, maybe 2% of your capital, and then throw it into the business and see how it's going to dangle, how it's going to dance, whether it's going to be blown off or whether it's going to come back to you with returns before you now increase what you put as to other people. I'm trying to settle a matter for some people. One of them, A, borrowed him some amount of money, very huge amount of money. Now he promised him that every month he was going to be returning some amount, and he was going to give him some interest. Now, this money that was lent to B have not been able to return it. He has been given excuses. They have given this excuse, and he said he needed the money to expand his business. Maybe, when money enters people's hands, they squander it until when they have blown it before they know what is happening. Now, A is asking for his money. B is saying he can't find the money, and then A should be patient with him. Now, the amount of money, let's say for instance, is a huge amount. B should have started. What I said was that why didn't you start with a small amount? Why didn't you borrow B a small amount? Then when he returns it, then you can increase it. When he returns it, then you can increase it. For the first time you are borrowing somebody money, you are borrowing a very huge amount of money. And I told him that was not wise enough. So learning before jumping is a very, very good, smart risk way to go into risk in a smart way. Then you are starting small is another way. It's another way that we can use smart risk to go into business. I was just talking about somebody borrowing somebody money now. You should have started with small amount, not the big amount. Now, starting small. If you're afraid, if you don't know how the business is going to go, start small. so that you don't lose all your capital into it. Then another thing you need to do is to test ideas. You need to test different ideas that you have with that small that you are starting with. Another thing you need to do is accept failure as feedback. When you fail using that small ways, small part, that is going to show you whether you should go ahead or you should not go ahead. That also can also tell you where you have made a mistake, and if you want to correct it, you can easily correct it because you have started small. Most successful business or most successful people didn't take one big leap. They started small. They took small, they took many small uncomfortable steps. And then through that small steps, they were able to learn the ropes and they were able to make what they wanted to make. Now, have you ever delayed an idea because of fear? You can answer in the comment section. Maybe you have an idea, good idea, and then because of fear, you delayed the idea, you held it back. Do you know this live stream? I did not feel like doing it, but I just had to dress up. I was already on my bed. I have to dress up and come live. I didn't want to delay it because delay is dangerous. In your own life, also, there are many ideas that come to you. You don't take it. Then you see somebody running with that idea in the next few weeks, and you wonder, this is my idea. This person is running with my idea. Yes, somebody said the the creator of the universe, which I believe is God Almighty, that it gives everybody, it gives people ideas. So as it's giving you that idea, if you don't use it, it will give somebody else again somewhere. It will give somebody else again somewhere. So at that time, God is giving you idea. At that time, nature is giving you that idea. You are supposed to make good use of the idea and carry it out so that before it is given to somebody else. So that is how it goes. That's how it goes. Gideon, 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 Gideon FX. Hi, Gideon FX. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your greeting. I appreciate you, Gideon FX. If you have questions or comments, Gideon FX, let me ask you this question: have you ever delayed in taking a decision? And I'm asking the same question to its Neve and then Tasson Snare. Have you ever delayed taking a decision for any reason? Have you delayed an idea because of fear? Maybe you are afraid, and then an idea came to you. A business idea came to you, a good idea came to you, then you delay because you are afraid. Have you ever? If you have ever, let me see it in the comment section. And if you have never, let me see it in the comment section also. Now, let me ask you as you're watching, what is one business idea you have been sitting on? That means the business idea is in you. Instead of you to use it and to go ahead and start utilizing it and start carrying it out, you sit on it. You sit on it. You say, no, it's not yet time. You say, no, I'm still waiting for this. You say, no, I'm waiting for the right time. And then life continues to move on and other people start to carry the dream and the vision that you are supposed to do. So this is what it means to take a risk. You have to take a risk if you are going to become profitable in anything you do. Now, I want to let you know the following as I bring this live stream to a close. You don't need to be fearless to start. You just need to be willing. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't venture into anything, at the same time, you will not be able to gain anything. Now, I want you to like this live stream. I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Then share this video with someone thinking about business. Now, this is where I'm going to stop on this live stream for tonight, and I want to see you tomorrow. Having another live stream, and on Friday, I'm having a live stream on soft skill. Soft skill, soft skill. Soft skill is what we'll be talking about on Friday. I'm bringing a guest, a doctor, an agriculturalist who is an expert in soft skill, and then she'll be here by 8 p.m. on Friday. So I want to invite you to 8 p.m. on Friday. If the time comes up, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, I will be here with you again, or 9 p.m. or thereabout. So until then, please don't delay. Don't delay that vision that is in you. Don't delay that goal that God has put in you. Don't delay that idea because you are afraid. You have to take the risk. So risk, business is risky, but so is staying small. If you don't take a risk, you stay small. So you are supposed to get a loan to expand your business. You say, no, I don't want to take a loan. I'm afraid of loan. The banks will come after me. The cooperative will come after me. What about if you take the loan and then the business expand? The business boomed. We know Dangote, the richest man in Africa, he took loan from banks, started a refinery, started this, took loans right from time. And many people that way they take loans, and these loans make them to become what they are today. If you are sure of where you are going, don't let fear keep you back. So nothing ventured as like nothing gained. The truth about business risk. Why every successful business started with a risk. I will see you tomorrow. My name is Dr. Olubin Gadetitun. On this channel, I bring you information on how to make money because poverty is bad. And one of the SDGs, number one and number two, talk about ending poverty and also ending hunger. So if you're able to make money, then you're going to end poverty together, and then we are going to end hunger together. Until I come your way in the next live stream, I've made about 1,000 videos talking about how to make money online and offline on this channel. Do well to take them and to look at them. I make a boast to say that if you watch one of my videos, just one video per day, one video today, one video tomorrow for 6 months, you watch my videos like that, your life is going to improve. Your life is going to get better. You are going to be totally transformed if you take action based on what you watch in those videos. Because action takers, according to the book The Richest Man in Babylon, action takers are favored by the goddess of good luck. I will see you in the next video, and I want you to have a nice evening and a nice sleep. Bye bye.